Hi, it's Megan. I have been so into highlighters this year, and I'm still into highlighters. So I have a video now for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Sweets. And I wanted to get this up. I've taken on a huge project this summer and haven't been able to do as many videos. I will get back to doing videos. I will. But I wanted to get this video up at least because it is a new product and it's on Anastasia Beverly Hills website right now, and there's a rumor that it's only going to be on that site, but you know, you never know with these companies, especially if they don't release information about it. And I'll show you, I haven't even opened my Moonchild, but I will show you the Moonchild one as well. So that's the other one. So Sweets is this one. It's quite large. How many ounces is it? It is 7.4 grams, 0.26 ounces each. There's no mirror, which I'm fine with. And it stays open, but you don't really need it to stay up like this because it doesn't have a mirror. Marshmallow, sassy grape, butterscotch, and taffy. And given how these are, I'm assuming these are easily poppable out. And I will show you the other one. They're $40 if I didn't say that. The other one, they come in a little sleeve. The Moonchild, you see I glow because I try to apply the highlighters just a little bit heavier so you can see them. So this is Moonchild. And I also recently, when Luxie Beauty, which is an indie brand, had their half off sale, I bought like one of almost every highlighter in the little size because they were like, I don't know, $4 each or something. And I've been playing with those too. So I've been playing around a lot with these newer different colored highlighters. So we used to have just basic highlighters, and then we had slightly more basic highlighters, and now we're into like the blues and the greens and the grapes and the... So I'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the video. But first I'll talk about the Anastasia palette. So they say it's a collection of 4 metallic powder highlighters for intense luminosity. Layer shades of Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, or wear them separately on the face and body for a radiant glow. Ideal for use with brush 23, which I guess is their brush 23. So, colors, marshmallow. And first I want to say, I actually took notes on the colors because I always do when I swatch them. And then I went back to the website and I'm like, wow, they're really accurate with their colors. So I don't even need my descriptions. So marshmallow, sassy grape, taffy, and butterscotch. So we're seeing the sweets here. So marshmallow, and these are going to show up so much better on my finger than on my wrist. And I am not wearing eyeshadow because I'm wearing these as eyeshadow. So there's marshmallow. So there are 2 golds. I'm going to leave this on my wrist so I can compare it with the other gold. There are 2 what to me look like golds and are called golds. This one is a little bit more of a white gold. It's a little bit more yellow than the other one, but not super yellow. It's a really, really great shade. And this one I have on, I did opposite sides, on this side. Yeah, I did opposites just to confuse myself. So I've got it and I'll dot a little bit more on. And I will talk about the brushes at the end too. So you can see the formula is slightly metallic. It's a little bit more finely milled in my opinion than the Becca, but it does blend really well. And so that's that one. Sassy Grape here. And this is a lavender with blue reflect. The only thing that I would say about this one is that I think lavender, yes, but taking it out in the sun, I also saw a lot of pink. I think it's a pinky lavender. So there it is. See how pigmented these are? I actually didn't think they were going to show up as well on the camera. I'm looking to the side where I can see the photo. I didn't think they were going to show up as well, but they're really quite pigmented, which is a good thing if you blend or if you use them as eyeshadow. This reminds me a little bit of that Lancome French cube thing that they did earlier, which I have not been using since I paid all that money for it. I better start using it. So let's dot a little bit of this. So this, on super warm skin, I'm not so sure I love this color, but the good news is that you can really blend them out, and you can also, you can see they're really shiny. And I've been using a Bare Minerals, I think this is a powder foundation brush, to actually blend out a lot of my highlighters now that I'm using the wilder shades. So lavender, pink, and blue. And this one you can see tiny, almost micro shimmer in it. Most of them just have a sheen. This one has like, oh, barely visible, can't tell if it's there, sort of micro shimmer. Okay, taffy. So we've done the top two, and we're gonna do the bottom two. Taffy's the darker one. This one is a very, very, very cool shade. Outside of the indie brands, I haven't really seen a lot of peach highlighters. Again, this is bringing me back to my little Lancome cube with the little cubes. This is it. And you can see, that one's not showing up as well, I guess because it's so close to my own skin tone. It's right there. Yeah, it's really close to my own skin tone. Gosh, it shows up with a really beautiful sheen on my wrist, but I can see where on the camera it's not going to show up so well because it is so close to my skin. So they call it a fusion of peach, pink, and gold reflects, and that actually is totally spot on. I had called it a peach highlighter with like a little bit of a gold undertone and definitely a pink tint to it, which is almost exactly the same as their description. So that's what we have so far. And this one I have, again, just to confuse myself, on the opposite eye. I have it here. Let's put a little bit more as an eyeshadow. Now, if you've got darker skin and you've been looking for like a highlighter that's gonna, I don't know, have a little bit of pigment and not, I sometimes think highlighters can make people with darker skin look ashier because you're adding something kind of whitish if it's one of those whiter based or lighter ones. This is a really good one for those who have kind of warm, deeper skin. And I actually can wear just a highlighter. I do blend it out a little bit, otherwise it's a little bit too much color. But I really like it as an eyeshadow. And the last one, Butterscotch. Caramel gold with white reflects. I had said a gold with almost like a copper tint to it and kind of a white gold feel. So let me put it next to. So you can see these are the two golds. And now this one looks, I don't know, looks a little bit peachy. This one looks, they both have kind of a white gold element to it. The first one's a little bit more yellow, which is marshmallow, and it still has a white gold. And then this one is a little bit more peachy. And this one I did on the other eye, again, reverse. So it's right here. Let's put a little bit more on. And I had used brushes earlier, but I didn't bring these brushes, so there you go. So you can use it, highlighter. They blend out beautifully. In fact, let's blend them out. Although they're so light on camera. Yeah, it's not gonna matter. That's a dumb idea. Sometimes you have dumb ideas. They are slightly metallic, I think less metallic and more finely milled than the Becca, which is what they really remind me of. They also remind me of the Luxie Beauty ones. There's like a whole slew now of these highlighters, and they're not necessarily that dissimilar, but you can see these have kind of a high sheen to them. As far as brushes, okay, so what I should say first, before I get to brushes, I actually really am loving this highlighter trend with all these different cool shades and everything. This one though, I feel like it's kind of embracing that trend, but in a more wearable way for more people. Not everyone's gonna wanna wear green or, you know, and even if you blend it out, it's still green. But these are all, they lean slightly warm except for Sassy Grape, which leans like slightly cool. They have enough pigmentation to be different, but they're also kind of fun and they're different. As far as brushes, I was watching some other videos on YouTube. I'm like, gosh, everybody is like, I want MAC this and Wayne Goss this, and okay, I just use brushes. I don't just stick with like, I have to have this number of that. And so you can take my brush advice as it is, which is I like certain brushes. I know by looking at them and feeling them whether I'm gonna like them, and I'm not focused so much on the brand. And I have tons and tons of brushes that I've collected over the years. So as far as brushes, I'd use the Sephora Pro blush, small blush brush. I love blush brushes like this, the smaller ones, especially as these companies are putting together these narrower strips of color for face. So I've been using this, and I would have been dotting on like this. But I am finding that this is kind of a medium density bristle brush. And I do love the Sephora Pro brushes. I actually have been using tons of those. And so I took, this is actually a Coastal Scents brush. I grabbed this one, and this is very, very, very similar to the Pat McGrath brush, which was in the highlighter set she did. And it's got fewer bristles here and it's stiffer here. The stiffer here gives you control. This gives you lighter coverage. I've actually, with some of the otter ones, and I will find another brush instead of this one eventually. It's just that, well, I had these otter colors and I wasn't sure how to use them, so I just said, why not try this? And it worked. I probably should have tried the Pat McGrath, right? Since that's probably a more expensive brush, but I didn't. And these dot on lighter. And you can also see, which is probably why Pat McGrath, the best makeup artist in the world, chose a brush similar to this for her highlighter set. But you can see it just kind of blends it out too. You can use a fan brush just to very easily dot on. I am not a big user of fan brushes personally. I kind of like more control than I feel with a fan brush. But my big thing has been increasingly blending out after. And so right now I'm just using a Bare Minerals. Probably, I would assume that this is a foundation brush. But what I like about it is that it's pretty dense and I can just dot to kind of even out without blending too much. Because I really love these different unusual shades, but I don't really want a streak of green or a streak of blue, or honestly even a streak of peach, because it looks like a streak. And when they're more pigmented, as some of these highlighters recently have been, I've seen someone else say that she uses a fan brush to blend, and I can see that totally. That would work as well. But I like dotting. For me, that works better than brushing. So for me, this works great too. This works better for brushing. This works better for dotting. So that is what I have to say about this. Let me know if you want me. I will break open my Moonchild. I'm actually a Cancer, so when I saw a Moonchild, I was like, oh, I have to buy that. If you want me to do that, I also have the Modern Renaissance palette, but I assume there are probably like 50 videos or 100 videos already up on that. I've just been super, super far behind. And I will actually have like a full face of makeup on for that instead of just almost no makeup. But like I said, I wanted to get this up. So Chanel is coming, that red collection, and some perfumes. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a great summer. Please subscribe on YouTube. Thanks.